Continuum is the story that follows this guy named Scott in the aftermath of the tragic death of his wife and child. It's a story of hope and of love, but not in the normal way you would see in a film. It has lots of different layers. I think the thing that really attracted me in this story is, first of all, is because I thought it was pretty unusual. It's a very unusual approach to a story of a person who is trying to cope with a tragedy, and how he is going about being so human and so imperfect and trying to, survive pretty much, because life goes on and you absolutely have to make the best out of it. I think that one of the most important things in the movie to me is that all the characters in Continuum have several layers. They're not one-dimensional at all, which is a very rare thing to see in a short film. Usually short films have, of course, a lot less time to tell the story. And so that makes it just all the more interesting. It gets the viewer interested right away. Since the first scene, you are, immediately sure that there's something really mighty powerful is going on, especially when things start going a little bit awry, in Scott's world.
It's a very complex story, and it touches on so many different subjects that I don't really quite know how to put it in one sentence what the story is about, because it touches on love, life, grief, delusions, madness, moving on and moving forward. And I think, but if I have to try to summarize it in a nutshell, I think Continuum is a story about what people do when their reality is being turned completely upside down. Each one of the characters are going through a phase where something, either a tragedy or something that they didn't plan to happen, happened. And so they're trying to figure out everything, what was true, what was not true, what really happened, what didn't happen, and try to move on and be at peace with themselves. Several things attracted me to the story right away. I think the first one is I love stories or plays or films that if 10 people would see the play or the film, each one of them would come out of the theater having a completely different idea of what really happened in the play or in the film. I think Continuum is the perfect example of the type of story that can do that to the audience. If 10 people are going to see this film, I think each one of them is going to come out of the theater, having a completely different idea what really took place in the film. The cynics probably think that nothing really happened and Scott imagined all of it in his head. The people that believe in love and hope and all of that good stuff, they probably think that, that was the one thing that saved him. So the story follows Scott, a man who just lost his wife and his son in a car accident, and he's trying to piece his life back together again with the new woman in his life. But I think as the story develops, the audience is going to see that it's not only Scott that's trying to piece his life back together. Lizzie, in a way, is trying to do the same thing, not because of a tragedy, but I think Lizzie is a woman who had everything planned out. This is, these are the roles, these are the different roles, and these are how people are supposed to behave. And when she met Scott, she has to sort of throw away that plan and start from scratch again, because he obviously has a lot of baggage and a lot of personal demons that he needs to overcome in order to be happy. And so I think for her, in going through the painful journey that requires so much strength and determination, without losing herself in the process, I think she becomes a gentler and a kinder person in the end.